Okay. How are you guys? I've been avoiding doing this video because of course it's a sensitive video. So just alert for those of you that are tuning in. Be alert. It's a sensitive video. Okay. Let's say a quick prayer. Father Lord, thank you for today. Thank you for guidance and protection. Thank you for never giving up on us. You're worthy to be praised. You're the Alpha and Omega. There's none like you. Father Lord, I pray that this video may reach who it needs to reach. May it speak to the heart that it needs to speak. May it touch the heart that it needs to touch. May it take over, and I pray that it gives some clarity or it like uplifts the person watching this video. May it bring closure or healing in any way or any form. Take over this video in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. So this is not pre-recorded. None of my videos are ever pre-recorded or anything, you guys. I just go straight and flow. Okay. So this video is going to be about childhood trauma. Yeah. Um, have you, as an adult or grown up, ever like just sat down and pause and just reflect and just like wonder why certain decisions or like why you made certain decisions? Have you? Um, it could also possibly be due to childhood trauma. Okay, once again, you guys, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not licensed for anything. I'm just speaking based on my experiences, okay? Like I've told you guys, here we're going to speak about different topics, but God is always going to be given the glory, okay? So, um, while just walking, I'm still every day walking with God is a daily ritual, okay? Daily. I carry my cross, and by His grace, and I follow Jesus Christ daily. Whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, whether life is lifing or not lifing. So let's just put that there, okay? But what I wanted to say was that as as I walk, as I'm walking with God more and more, He just brings. The thing about God, God will bring certain things to your attention that you do not even want, or you have even forgotten about, or just left alone. Because guess what? You have to heal. You have to basically purify your heart in so many different ways. You just have to go through a pruning that you sometimes probably don't even want to. But we gotta go through the process, right? So what I'm saying in this video, I'm looking out for my daughter out there, she's playing. But what I'm trying to say is that when I walk with God, God called to my attention that there's a lot of childhood trauma that I suppressed for so long. Yes, I did not even know I had suppressed it. And, in suppressing it, I thought that I had forgotten about everything. Okay. So he just brought it to my attention that, like, look, Tercy, a lot of the decisions that you'll be making, things, things, it has to do a lot with your childhood. It has to do a lot with your daddy not being there. Yeah. It has to do a lot with just being neglected and somehow as a kid. Just just a lot of things. Okay. And it took a while to finally do what I knew I needed to do. I had to confront that thing that has been bothering me for so long. And in my confrontation, it was me basically having to like stand up to my mom and basically just telling her how I felt, the things that disturbed me, the things that, just a lot of different things, just pouring out my heart in the way that being a African child that you shouldn't really it's like a thing. It's like we're taught to just shut up, keep quiet, not express ourselves. We're taught to not, don't question your parents' parenting or whatever the case is. Of course, I know my mother did her very best, and she did well with us too, and she did the best that she could. at her time or whatnot. And with the grace of God, thank God we're here, right? And thank God to her for doing that. I'm not discrediting all that she's done to me for me. But it was just some things in there that was built up. Build up, I'm telling you. And so I had to finally speak out, boldly speak out, as hurtful, as crazy as it was. I had to boldly do that. And in doing that, yes, it did not fully bring me closure. Actually, you know what? It did, because at the end of the day, I did the major thing by me speaking up. That's my baby, you guys. But I did a major thing by me speaking up and telling her how I felt, because sometimes, as parents, I'm a parent to myself, of course. I'm gonna go through mine with my kid, but as parents, sometimes our parents do not realize that, um, you know, they cause us pain, but sometimes they do not realize that us too, as kids, we have emotions, right? Um, or they just don't realize. I lost my thought of train fully on that part because my daughter was passing, so I'll piggyback back on that. But what I wanted to say is I finally spoke up, and of course I'm accountable for a lot of other decisions too that I make as a child. But a huge percentage came from that childhood traumas that I had. And my point of me putting this video out there is for, and oh yeah, due to that childhood trauma too, it played a role in the kind of relationships I got into. It played a role in how I'm also currently raising my daughter. Because things that you go through as a child, you either sometimes choose whether you want to do bad or you want to do good as a grown up, right? So we all have to do battling, and sometimes those past traumas will come back. When I say past traumas, like certain ways of how you were brought up to, they will come back, or certain characteristics you will portray, even as a grown up, to your own kids if you have kids, or to your friendships, to your relationships, and sometimes you control it, and sometimes you don't. Like for me, once God started bringing it to my attention, I'm like, wow, I definitely. So this is why I've been doing like this. This is why I made this decision. This is why that. This is why this. It's like I finally understood why. And for me, also not having my dad around, and that played a major role too. Those of you that didn't have your dad growing up with you, not necessarily living in the household with me, but just not having anything to do with me in my life as a kid. I never knew of him until he's late. May his soul rest in peace. He's like a stranger to me, so I don't even know him in that sense. Um, but I sometimes always wondered how it would be like if I had had him in my life, or certain decisions that were being made in regards to me growing up, how it would basically, like, it would have been, the decision would have been probably different or not, things like that. So as a kid, those are the things that I kind of like, thought of. And even growing up as a woman, um I wondered if he was here too, or if he had been part of my life, if this and this would have played out like that, or he would have handled certain things for me in this way here and such and such. But yeah, so I'm just trying to like give you a little bit of glimpse of my thought process. But the whole point of this video, I'm trying to say, is like, for a long time I protected my abusers. Yeah, my abusers. Abuse comes in many forms, you guys. For a long time I protected my abusers. And I think also it's just also just growing up and knowing that you have to always just shut up and not say anything. Um, and just don't question. Basically, not be objective and all that. Just whatever is said, yeah, okay. Be respectful, yeah. I mean, God always says respect your parents and all that, but parents don't provoke your kids, okay? Now I know way better too. But so for anybody out there that probably experienced, I'm gonna try to make this video not so long yet. But for anybody out there that has experienced like kind of like is going through um her trauma or whatnot, um this video is for you. And sometimes those that cause it may not even give you that full answer that you need. And by the grace of God, God always comes through for his kids. He will heal the wounded, okay? He will. He definitely will, especially when you give it to him. He will. And but it's good to speak out. It's good to speak up and express yourself, and don't ever, whether even hopefully even if this video come across of maybe a 13 years old older or whatnot, and you happen to be in that situation, speak up as a kid to speak up. You have a right to speak up. You can speak up. Don't allow yourself to be traumatized, because that stigma you will have to carry for a while. And even as a grown up currently, if you're feeling like, oh yes, if this video just kind of like brought back certain, like, trigger some kind of thing in you, or made you feel like, oh yeah, I'm been going through this, or I'm behaving like this because of this and this and that, go speak out. Talk to that person. Express to them how they made you feel. Tell them how they made you feel. And yeah. And, oh, thank you, Holy Spirit. There was something I wanted to say when I got kind of lost my train of thought when my daughter passed. What I wanted to say was that our parents sometimes they claim or they think they know their kids really well, but most time parents, if you're a parent, you're watching this, you don't always know your kids. You don't always know what they're going through. Even if you're right there 24/7, you don't always know. So speak to your kids, talk to them, actually ask questions, make a comfortable area, or make yourself someone that they can talk to. I'm not saying like be their friends in that level where do you let them just get away with everything, undiscipline them. No, I'm not like, oh, don't discipline. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But make yourself the kind of parent where your child can talk to you, not fear you, okay? And not be afraid to either disappoint you, not be afraid to, like, or like you speak so bad to them. Don't do that. Open that floor for your kids to speak up to you, to tell you things. Because as parents, we always think we know our kids so much. I remember that's something that I used to tell my mom, like, you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. You think you know me, but you don't know me. And that's the truth. Because there are things that I have experienced as a child I never spoke to her about. I never spoke to her about till date. And just mainly because she never gave me that space, that free space to do that. And so, and I still feel like even after speaking to her, she still didn't give me that free space to speak to her and even like really get to the point of the whole thing, or like, or ever ask that, okay, why? I think she probably did ask me like, oh, what is it that I didn't do? But the whole point is like, you don't know me. So parents, don't be too always confident that you know your child. I'm a parent and I know I'm gonna experience my own. Like I said, we're all gonna get our own things with our kids. But I pray I be different. I pray that I'm a comfort zone for her to express herself and talk freely, especially if she feels abused in any way or form. I want to be that person she can definitely speak to. So that's the whole point I was trying to get to. Like, parents, don't be always confident that you know your child. Um, because sometimes you don't even notice anything. You don't even know no signs. You're not. It's right there in your face, but you're not knowing nothing. Okay, so that's just something I wanted to put out there for the parents. And yeah, so now moving back forward, what I was saying is like you're growing up, you're going through this. Speak, speak up. Nobody can do harm to you. You can protect yourself now. Speak up. Use your voice. Don't be silent for nobody. Nobody. And if you speaking up causes everybody to probably like leave you, move away from you, whatever, or just put you in a little like box. So let it be. Let it be. But at least you spoke up, and that sun is so bright now. At least you spoke up, and God is with you, and just give it all to God. Give it all to God. I played this video kind of like helped somebody, with your childhood trauma. Basically, the whole thing is like, look, speak up. Don't shut up for nobody. Own your voice. Okay? Don't protect none of your abusers because abuse comes in different forms. Okay? Don't protect your abusers. Don't and do not suppress your feelings. Don't suppress your pain. Stop doing that. Don't let it release it. Release it. Release it. Even right now, you can still do it. It's not too late. It's not too late. And with God, it's not too late. Okay, with man, it's late, but with God, it's not too late. Even if you made poor decisions, God can go and back in time. God can just make your whole mess and turn it around 360 to be a huge blessing for you. Remember what he said in Romans 8:28. Okay, he can. And he has good plans for your life. You're not done with, you're not a failure. You're not your abusers didn't win over you. Um Nobody has that power over you except you give it to them. And God has the ultimate power over you. Allow him to have that ultimate power over you, and you're blessed, and you're still a warrior, you're a winner, you're not a loser once more. And you were made for more, and you're still you being here right now. You're already a winner. Just you speaking up, just you walking in your purpose, in your calling, you're already a winner. Just like you're different, you're unique, you're God's creation, you're the apple of God's eye. Start doing better for yourself. Don't live in that victim mentality anymore. You don't have to be a victim. You're not a victim. You're a child of the Most High God, whether male or female, because this goes for both males and females, okay? Yes. So, the overcomer that you are, go ahead and live your best life. And with God on your side, you win. You win. All right. Stay blessed and see you in the next video. Like, subscribe, and share to somebody that you probably think they need this. Share and share your comments. Comment. Let me know if you're going through that. If you think that what you're going through is, or what you went through in your childhood caused you to like make certain decisions, or you not having your dad or your mom, whatever it is, whoever it is. Sorry. Let me know if you resonate. Share your thoughts. I really want to know. Share your thoughts. Let's start a discussion with this, because that's something that is like a taboo, especially in the African community. I'm Cameroonian, for those of you that don't know. I'm Cameroonian. I was born there and I was raised here in the US, okay? So yes, let us know in the comments. Somebody can be healed for me. Somebody can grow or be better from it. Let's impact somebody. Even I can learn a lot from you guys, just like how you guys are learning from me too. Nobody's ever too young. Your story is never too bad. It's never, I don't know, anything. Just share. Okay. All right. Stay blessed.